Thank you with us tonight. My name is Celia, and I am in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am a stay-at-home homeschool mom, and I have been with the Super Patch now since February of this year, and it's been such a ride. I had so much hope for these patches that they would work for my family, especially my daughter, who was going through some neurodivergent issues. We were having her tested by a neurologist, and we just had so much hope that these patches would work for her, and they did. They've helped her so much in school. They've helped her so much with her focus and her concentration, her tics and jerks that she has in her head and in her body. And we've just seen so much improvement with her with these patches. And not only that, we've been able to help a large amount of people with these. We have over 500 people that have joined my personal team alone. We've helped a ton of customers. Just it's been so fun. So I'm here tonight with my friend and my hostess, my co-hostess, Miss Nikki Purcell. She is excellent at all things patches, and we've got such a great lineup for you tonight. We have some great, powerful testimonies. I swear all I do on this call is cry. And she's already given me a sneak peek of who is going to be sharing the testimonies with us. So if you have a friend who is not here, send them the replay or get them on the call tonight because it's going to be so exciting. Sorry, I have a puppy here that I'm going to try to keep quiet. Um, so tonight we have testimonies. Like I said, we're going to be going over the patches themselves. We have 13 different patches, how the patches work, what they do, and then we're going to go over a little bit of the business opportunity. So I'm going to let my friend Nikki go ahead and kick us off while I get the slide deck ready to go. So Nikki, if you want to just go ahead and start with the first couple slides, and then you can hand it back to me, and then I'll hand it back to you. I'm going to go ahead and fire this baby up and get us going. So if you're just joining us, go ahead and drop where you're from and what's your favorite patch.
Celia, I don't see your slides anywhere.
Okay, they're coming.
Okay.
Let's see. Do you see them now, girlfriend?
Yep, I see them. We're good.
Awesome.
Well, welcome everyone. We're so excited you're here. If you don't know by now, we are here to learn more about this Super Patch company that is absolutely taking over the wellness industry as we speak. If you haven't heard about it yet, well, you have heard about it because you're here, but if you're kind of new and you're like, what is this Super Patch thing? You're about to learn a lot about it tonight, and it's also going to be continuing to explode the wellness space because it's something that you absolutely cannot ignore. Once you see it, you have to use it, and once you use it, you have to tell people about it. It is that kind of innovation that is absolutely disrupting the industry. Okay, so I would love to share with you a statement that was made by our founder, Jay Dollywall. He says that he is here to build something generational that will transform the world. Anything else is a waste of time. And I don't know about you, but I believe it when he says that disruptive technology has always changed the world and it always will. And this is going to be really exciting for you because this is a marriage between wellness and technology. And this is the future of, wellness as we know it. So introducing the future of wellness in a patch. It's like Braille for the brain. You know how if you are blind, you can just run your hands over a series of bumps and it communicates directly to the brain. It's decoded into language. Well, these are very similar. They do the same thing, except it's not decoded into language. It's decoded into frequency, which is the language of the brain. And it is connecting the mind and the body. And it does this by a science that is called haptic perception. And basically, it is telling your skin it's communicating through your skin the sensations that you feel, kind of like if you have a spider crawling on your arm or you reach out to a hot cup of coffee and you pull your hand away very quickly. It is encoded into signals, which basically tell your body exactly what to do. So our sense of touch and perception can send complex neurological signals that can be deciphered by the brain, and the brain tells the body what to do in an instant. And that is how those patches work. If the right message the signal could be sent through the skin to the mind, we could help people achieve optimal neural function and thus optimal wellness.
I love that. Thank you. So, we are here to solve some of people's biggest problems. So, we really looked at symptomatic relief and we say, how can we create the biggest opportunities with this patch? So, our goal is to take people from low functioning to well functioning. So, if you have aches and pains, poor mobility and balance, poor sleep, high stress, poor stamina, lack of concentration, poor mood, poor metabolism, low energy, low performance, poor skin quality. Our goal is to get you over to the well functioning side with just this patch. Okay, so well functioning would be optimal neurofunction, increased performance, less or no pain, improved mobility and balance, better concentration, better metabolism, yes, metabolism, better athletic performance, better sleep, more energy, less stress, and clear skin. You guys, even clear skin. This patch can do so many remarkable things. We're going to show it to you. So I'm going to have my friend Nikki introduce a couple of people, and they're going to say some key names about some patches that have helped them. And then we're going to go over all of the 13 patches. But first, I want to go ahead and have her introduce some of our guest speakers tonight.
Awesome. So, our first guest speaker is an incredible young woman. Her name is Gwen Jewell. She is 18 years old. She is a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu blue belt, a 4-time league champion, a 3-time CIF champion. She's been top 8 in the nation at 135 pounds. She's 5 times All American, 2 times national finalist, a USA national team member, and on a full ride scholarship to study business administration and entrepreneurship and wrestle as a Viking in the fall at Missouri Valley College. She loves Jesus, she loves to line dance, and her dream job is to be a world traveling foodie. She is also one of our newest Super Patch associates, and she has had incredible results using the patches for to prepare for her her athletic performance, to help her recover faster, and to just overall have an incredible experience as an athlete. So I would love to welcome Gwen to share her testimony with us. And Celia, I think you need to stop sharing your screen. There we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Gwen. First off, I'd like to thank Nikki for inviting me and also introducing me to the Super Patch. Basically known her my whole life. My mom and her had her son and me were born at the same time at the same hospital. So it was really cool getting to know her my whole life. Basically how we came onto the Super Patches was while I was training for wrestling, I injured my elbow. I fractured my elbow and tore the UCL in my elbow right 2 weeks before World Team Trials, which is a very big national level tournament where people compete for the World Team and the Pan Am team. So I was 2 weeks out and I injured my elbow, which was not great. So me and my mom were very desperate to find a solution to this problem. And Nikki introduced us to these patches, and alongside with PRP injections, we used these patches. And at first I had to use a lot of Advil. I was in so much pain and I couldn't go out without Advil for like a few hours. I kept asking my mom, like, hey, can I take another Advil? And she's like, you can't yet. Like, it's only been a few hours. Like, you have to wait a little longer. Until I started using patches, I didn't have to take Advil at all, which I thought was amazing. And I used the pain patch and the mobility patch. So I was finally able to move my elbow around, touch my shoulder, and I was able to compete within those few weeks. I also use the focus patches for school because I do have ADHD and dyslexia, so I do find it very helpful when I'm trying to focus and do schoolwork and study. Also, I love using the victory patch for when I am competing and just practicing around, and it does help a lot. And I also use the sleep patch because I have trouble sleeping and staying asleep, and I don't feel any grogginess at all, which I think is great because I used to take a lot of melatonin and that wouldn't really work. But I love how the patches have helped me and helped my family. And since I'm going into business for school, I thought it'd be a great business opportunity to start and learn about these patches since they are done so much for me and my family.
I love it. Thank you so much, Gwen, for sharing. I'm so proud of you. Your mom is proud of you too. We're like, oh, it's like our little baby bird, you know? And I love, we just had a patch party at Lisa's house, and it was really cool because she was able to share her testimony there. And she had some of her student athlete friends and their parents there as well. So they got to actually experience the Liberty and the strength and the balance test with the Liberty patch. And she just shared her testimony. I actually saw it in real life. She had a lot of bruising, a lot of swelling, and the patches helped tremendously. And I just love that you are going after your dreams and that you're using these patches as a way to help you with your dreams and goals as a wrestler and you know, an athlete, but also that you're hopping on board on the business side to test the waters as an entrepreneur. You're definitely going to pave the path for a lot of young amazing entrepreneurs and athletes. And I'm just so excited to see what you do at on your next adventure in Missouri. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
You're welcome. If it's okay, Celia, I'd love to introduce our next sharer, who is one of my also amazing good friends. Her name is Jennifer Davies. She is a former Division I collegiate swimmer. So we have another athlete on our hands, which I think is so cool. So we're like kind of passing the baton, like from the young up and coming, you know, professional athlete, you know, to the one who is accomplished and retired. And she was actually one of California's very first female ocean lifeguards with a permanent position. And unfortunately, a life of physical activity led to some chronic back pain. She had 2 failed back surgeries, and that led to chronic pain, inflammation, neuropathy, and along with that, a big emotional breakdown. You know, being in chronic pain does a lot to really break down how you feel on a day-to-day basis. She went on a massive healing journey. I was, you know, able to know her throughout this process, and she's made huge strides, but it wasn't until she implemented Super Patch into her wellness routine that she had a massive breakthrough. And it's absolutely been life-changing, especially as a personal friend of mine, just to see her thriving again physically, which is where she usually thrives, has been nothing shy of just inspiring. So I would love to pass the baton to Jennifer Davies. Welcome, and thank you for sharing with us tonight.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, there we go. Okay. I don't do Zooms a lot, so if I have a little tech issue, give me grace. Yes, Nikki is right. I've had a very adventurous physical life, but I don't attribute all of my chronic stuff entirely to that. I actually attribute it more to the mismanagement of stress, which hopefully I'm going to give you guys the bullet points here as quickly as I can, because the bullet points of my history will make where I'm at now way more meaningful. And so, quick bullet points. I am the bottom of 5 girls, 6 years separated from my next oldest sister. From a single mom. I grew up in an era where we were told as women, not only can we do it all, but we should do it all. And I had a mom doing it all. And so that, and being 6 years separated from my next oldest sister, I was in a dynamic where I had to kind of fight for a voice and to be heard and seen. So it just birthed this do it all overachiever type person. And it served me well. D1 swimmer, I had, and that came out most in my athletics. Like I got the most amount of accolades, that feedback that what I was doing was right in my sports and my education. So I kept on going. And then I got married, and it translated to being a mom. And then I was that mom that did it all. I was the banker and the calendar and kept everybody's calendar and the vacation planner and the grocery shopper and the homekeeper and the business owner and blah, 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 blah. I'm sure you can relate as a mom. And not only that, I was the do it all, but I was also I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. So there's no blame or shame on my husband or my children or the people who influenced my stress load, because I was as much a part of that as they were. I just didn't know. It was just programming. And so that amount of stress load that I put on myself, it was awesome and it served me well until it didn't. And when it didn't, it started coming out as a dysfunctional, irregulated nervous system with my emotions first. My kids and my husband suffered, but most of all, I did. And then when I didn't listen to that, it started coming. I got the tissue, but I don't want to cry this early. Dang it. And then it started when I didn't listen to the emotional cues, it started coming out in the physical, which really started breaking me emotionally. Because then I started having back spasms, which led to a herniated disc. And then I had one surgery and it was botched. And then COVID hit, 2 teenagers home, menopause, COVID, all at the same time with a husband who was out in the trenches because he was a firefighter. Talk about stress load. So that is when it was the peak of the peak. And I had 2 breakthroughs during that period. My son came to me and said, Mom, I'm worried about you. And he was worried about my mental health because the state of the world, my physical pain, all of it combined together, I was, like 1 step away from being committed somewhere. And he got through to me. So that was my first breakthrough. And I started taking care of my mental health by meditating, and it made a huge difference. I took a course, I took action. I was meditating every day. I got relief from my back on some level. That was huge. That was the first part of it. But my back didn't heal. I herniated again. I was looking at another surgery. This was in 2021. I had that surgery, and 1 month later, I herniated again. And now I was herniated in 3 different spots after 2 surgeries. The second surgery left me with neuropathy in my foot. And the doctor was looking at me, telling me that I needed to do fusion, which was going to take me out of my life for a year minimum. And that was my second aha. And I told him, I think we're going to go a different route. It just something in my soul was saying my body could heal on its own and that I was not on the right path. And I told him he would never have a scalpel on me. And I certainly wasn't going to do fusion. So I started doubling down on meditation and things like, started going down the natural rabbit hole of everything, cleaned up my food, started growing food, started doing all of the things, everything woo-woo that you can think of, I was doing. I was woo-woo queen. And I'm still doing all of that stuff because I believe in it. But like Nikki said, I wasn't getting back to a place of homeostasis where I felt like I could re-engage in my sports, in my physical life to the level that I had been accustomed to. And I don't feel like in your 50s, you should be done. So I wanted that back, and every time. So just so you guys know, swimming has always been more than just swimming. Swimming is a high burnout sport. Most people burn out in that sport by the time they're done with college. I never burned out. I swam before I walked. I have loved the sport my entire life. And it's not even the swimming, it's being in water. When I am in water, I am like at home. And through all of the pain and botched surgeries and injuries, there's been more than just the back stuff. It's a full era of my life. I lost what is called my feel for the water. I would get in. Nikki says our dolphin. Yeah, it's facts. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But anyways, I would get in the water and try to do a workout, and it would just crush my soul. A feel for the water for a swimmer is so intricate. Like I could tell you what I'm doing 3/4 of the way through 1 stroke with my pinky. I could tell you what my pinky is doing as I'm pulling my arm through the water. It is something a swimmer knows. And when it's gone, it's heartbreaking if you love the sport. And I would get back in the water over this past 9 years, and it would just be gone. I wouldn't feel like me. And so I stopped. I stopped doing what I loved because it was too painful to do it. Feeling so horrible. Also in here, oops, one of the dogs just knocked over my stand. Um, Also, too, in all of this mess is that I didn't sleep really good for about 20 years. So that was the first thing the patches changed for me, was the sleep. And I think that was really the catalyst to healing my nervous system, which, I know Super Patch doesn't claim to heal things, but I can say for me personally, these patches are healing my nervous system, because one by one, these issues are getting better. And about 2 weeks ago, or whatever, was it 2 weeks ago, a week ago? I don't know. It was when I was on a magical vacation. I I got my feel back for the water, and it was in a river, and it was instant, and my feel is back, and I've had a feeling it's been coming back, but I haven't tested it because I've been doing all sorts of other strength stuff. I mean, I've lost 20 pounds on these patches. I am sleeping better. Flow is helping my brain fog. Focus does too, but they need to bring flow back like permanently, because I'm going to have a lifetime supply of that. Because if you've gone through menopause, this one is the bomb. I have so many testimonies now, and it is literally because these patches in general are creating new neural pathways and correcting my dysregulated nervous system into a regulated nervous system, which is allowing my body to do the work to correct all of the issues that were off for a really long time, including giving me my feel back for the water, which is just soul correcting for me. That's my story.
Thank you so much, Jen. You have the chat blowing up. Everyone's sending you heart emojis and love. And to know Jen is to love her. She's got an incredible personality, and she's just one of those people who goes after life full speed ahead. So when you're knocked down, if you're that kind of a person, and you're knocked down and you can't move the way you used to move, and you can't do the things that you want to do, it's heartbreaking. It really does impact your quality of life. And, I knew Jen was going to be a toughie when I started sharing these patches with her, and she was somebody that I knew I couldn't, give her a 5-day trial pack of something and have, her have a miracle breakthrough, because she had a lot of stuff going on, right? And it was multi-layered, as she was kind of describing. And so, I mean, I had a real honest conversation with her and just said, hey, you got to invest in getting full packs of patches. We're going to have to work together to find a right combination for you. And she really gave it her, she was all in. And I'm really proud of you, Jen, for doing that. And just to watch you little by little, like these layers of the the onion are peeled back. All the things that were holding you back are kind of falling away, but all the things that really make you who you are as such a beautiful human being are flourishing. And it's just been so incredibly, I'm gonna cry. Amazing. So thank you for sharing. I know a lot of people can relate to your story. If you want to know all the various patches that Jennifer Davies is using, she uses basically all of them. But we started with peace, we started with REM, we started with liberty, and then we kind of grew from there. And she's had an incredible breakthrough. So if you have friends who have not had that breakthrough yet, stay the course. If you yourself have not had that breakthrough with the patches yet, Jennifer Davies is living proof that these patches do work for 100% of people. If you have skin in the brain, you just need to stick with it. Because I'll tell you, if she would have given up, she wouldn't have found her flow back in the water. She wouldn't have, been as she's absolutely thriving. So thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to pass this back to you, Celia. I think I don't know if we're going to move on with the presentation or take a couple more testimonies, but thank you, Jen. We appreciate you.
Wow, thank you so much. You ladies really inspire me, especially Nikki, you just coaching her through, sticking the course and telling her it's not going to be a 5-day thing. Like, we need to go all in. So I love that. I think we have one more testimony that was set up by Nicole and Aaron, and they did not give me a name. But if you're on here, please feel free to unmute yourself, and then you can share your testimony. I'm going to give it just a second.
Hi.
Hi, how are you, Patty?
I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted to piggyback off of what the young lady that was just speaking talked about. I had 2 back surgeries where I was fused from L4, L5, S1, and then I had I pulled another disc from the top, so they had to go back in and do L3, L4, L5, S1, which left me with chronic pain constantly. And I have neuropathy in my feet, like my big toe on my left foot. I can't feel the big toe, but I can feel the other toes. And on my right foot, I can feel the first three, but I can't feel the last two. And halfway on my legs, I can't feel it. Let me tell you something. I have not been able to wear heels in church and get my praise on like I want to. But when I tell you that I put on, hold on, I gotta let y'all see me. I put on the victory patch, I put on the pain patch, and that liberty patch. And I put my pumps on and went in church, and I wore them the whole time without losing my balance. I have ADHD, and I take medicine for it. So I got the focus patches. I put the focus patch on, not thinking, don't take the pill at the same time. I was so focused that I made a wig, a crochet wig, with maybe 600 pieces of strands of hair that would take 2 weeks. I did it in 4 hours.
I love that.
My husband, he said, "You okay?" I was like, "I'm good. I'm doing this." I was focused. I was so focused because I retired from doing hair. I did hair for 46 years and I taught. And I couldn't
Wow.
do it anymore because I got breast cancer. So even with my breast surgery, I have pain from where my incisions were. I put those patches on, those pain patches. When I tell you that victory, I make the cocktail, I mix it up. So one day I had like 6 patches on and I was like going, and it was like, "You okay?" I was like, mm-hmm. The defense, because I have to take a pill for 5 years, which is actually a chemo pill, but they tell you it's just a pill you have to take for 5 years. Yeah, it's chemo. Just tell me I'm taking chemo for 5 years. And sometimes the pain that's in my feet and up to from the ankle all the way down, it's like somebody has a blowtorch. It's like spasms, and it's like you walking on glass. And that's the baddest side effect from the pill. I
Wow.
put those patches on at night, and when I tell you that sleep one, she's gone. She's
Wow.
done. But they work, and I don't. My husband had 2 toes amputated, and this is what made us jump on it. When we talked to Howie, he said, "Well, come on, I'll show you how it works." And he did the strength test on him. My husband was falling over. He had just had it maybe a week and a half, where he could not keep his balance. He put that Liberty patch on him. It was the victory patch. He put that patch on him and did the test. You know, Howie is 280 strong all day long and was trying to lift and move my husband. My husband ain't walk with a cane. He ain't walk with a scooter, roll with a scooter. He been stepping and getting around with these patches. And I'm like, "Bro, no, look, the people watching you at the VA." I said,
Wow.
he put those patches on. His balance has been fine. He went to the foot doctor. She was like, "Well, where's your cane?" He was like, "Oh, I forgot it's in the car. I'm okay." But they work. And when he
That's
saw
amazing.
that, and he saw that demonstration, we ordered the top. We came in on the top package. I got it all because I'm like, I'm telling everybody. I was just telling my daughter, her mom has cancer. And I was telling her about the defense. I've had people that their immune system is compromised because of having to take chemo. One of my sister circle friends, she could not sleep because she had cancer, and they had her on this medicine that would keep her awake. She would only get maybe like 2 hours. She said she took that sleep one, done. She said,
Wow.
"I slept all night." For the first time in 3 years, she was able to go to sleep.
Wow, that is
So I
amazing.
just wanted to share that it has literally changed our lives, because I could not figure out what I can do. The neuropathy, they said, "Well, you'll have that for the rest of your life," because I had nerve damage before I even got to the surgery. But since I have been wearing the patches, I have been able to have balance. I've been able to wear my shoes instead of going to church dressed up with some sneakers on. I put my pumps on and I was getting my praise on.
Wow. Thank you so much, Patty, for sharing that. I love that you came all in on the big pack after you had your balance test. That just gives me so much inspiration. So thank you so much for sharing your testimony and that of your family. That is amazing. You guys share,
Yes,
share,
ma'am.
share
Thank
with
you.
your friends and family. Okay, we are going to go on to the next slide. Thank you, everybody, for those beautiful testimonies. I am going to go ahead and share my screen again. And we are on to, give me a thumbs up if you can see this. So our first patch that we are
It's in
going to
my
be talking
room.
about tonight is Freedom. Freedom is our pain and inflammation patch. That one is for 24 hours of pain and inflammation. Victory is our patch that is for athletes. We have D1 athletes wearing that patch. We have 13 NFL teams wearing that one. It's also great for recovery, neuropathy. It's great for people who are wanting to beat their previous, like time on the track or on the field. I have people who are lifting more than they had lifted before. And so people are really loving that one for strength. And who knew that a patch can give you so much strength and endurance and stability? A Liberty, you probably heard that one being talked about a lot tonight. That one is great for homeostasis, balance. It's great for increased neurofunction and homeostasis. And so we also have Ignite, which burns 300 calories at a rested heart rate. If you have never, done the breakdown of how many steps you would need to take in order to burn 300 calories, it's about a 5K. So you would need to run a 5K in order to burn those 300 calories. People have noticed an increase in their metabolism. They've noticed a significant change in their body temperature. They've also noticed that they have a decrease in appetite, and that their digestion is a lot better. Joy is like instant laughter and joy in a patch. I love that one. I put it on for just a sample. I was doing a video, and that was the first patch that I could grab, and I instantly like just broke out in this immense joy. And I'm already like a pretty happy person. Peace is definitely going to get you into that calm state of mind. It's going to get your body into a it's going to get your body out of fight or flight mode, and I love that about that patch. Lumi is all things hair, skin, nails. Dr. Anna Talker, she also said something about it increases your collagen in your body, and then people have seen really great results with mosquito bites and rashes and things like that. So that is a really great one. Defend is all things like allergies. It's all things immune system. Focus, you heard some testimonies tonight about ADD, ADHD. Although we can't make any health claims, people are saying that this is the path that they chose to help with those symptoms. And then Rocket is all things hormone health for both men and women. Also helps to spice things up in the bedroom, but that one does take about 2 weeks to start to see results. Kick It is another one that is all things, overthinking, bad habits, addictions. That one has helped so many people. This is the patch that helped my daughter with her body jerks and ticks and different things like that. That one is a really great one. People have stopped biting their nails or stopped vaping. I've heard so many great stories about Kick It. Intrusive thoughts also is a really good one for this Kick It one to target. REM, we heard so many things about REM tonight. If you are not sleeping right, your body is not healing. Also, sleep is so important for brain development. It's also really important for weight loss and different things like that. I've had so many women in their 50s who are using REM now, and they're dreaming again, you guys. That is so, so important. And then we have our new patch. It's called Boost. This one is wearable energy. So instead of drinking that venti latte at 6 o'clock at night to keep you up, or reaching for a Red Bull, reach for something that's wearable. You get to wear it, have the energy that you need, and then take it off before bed and switch to a REM patch. Okay, so I'm going to pass it over to my friend Nikki. She's going to share a little bit about the super patch opportunity, and then we are going to kind of tag team a little bit here in the end and talk about just how we started our business and which packs we invested in. If you are getting here if you are a guest on the call tonight and you came here to see the opportunity part and how we make money here with Super Patch, we're going to talk about all things business. We're going to tell you a little bit about Jay, a little bit about the company, and why we chose Super Patch for our choice of business here. So Nikki, if you want to go ahead and take that over.
I will. Thank you so much. Okay, so these are what we call our 8 marketing advantages, and this is definitely what sets us apart. They are absolutely unique. There is nothing else out there in the wellness industry at all, and they are super affordable, which makes my heart really happy. Everyone can afford $60 for an entire month's supply of a patch that's going to help them improve their quality of life. There's 0 ingredients, there's no drugs, no chemicals, and no contraindications. As far as like wellness goes, you know, there's amazing products out there. They're all supplements, right? But there's a lot of people who can't take them. They they have contradictions with their medications, or they're allergic to something. This is something that is safe for everybody. Anyone from age 0 all the way to 100 plus, adults, children during pregnancy, not children during pregnancy, but safe during pregnancy, and nursing mamas. And it's absolutely makes my heart so happy to be able to share it with everyone and to feel really confident about it. They work very quickly and they're very easy to use. If you can put a Band-Aid on your body, you can put these patches on your body. There's no competition. These are actually copyright protected globally, and no one will ever be able to duplicate this technology. So you are in the right place if you're looking for something that is unique, and you don't have to worry about having Me Too products, right? Everyone has a pill, everyone has a powder, everyone has a shake. You're like, my peptides are better than your peptides. And this is something that is just so absolutely unique and no one can compete with. There's $25 million invested into this technology, 15, now 16 years of clinical studies that have been done, 13 years of blind studies. It is FDA registered as a wearable physical therapy device, which gives us permission to do those human clinical research studies. So even if you can find another patch company, they don't have this technology. It is not as easy to use, and they don't have human clinical studies done on the body. We are all about customer acquisition. We are here to patch the world. Jay says we are here to create a drug-free world in the next 5 generations, and I'm super proud to be part of that mission. And we do have a really unique co-op marketing program, which helps us to basically have profit sharing with the global advertising revenue that comes into the company. So that's definitely something that is unique. I compare it to like if you could buy stock in Apple in whatever year that was, like 19 whatever, in the 1900s for $23 a pop, like how much money would you have today? This is that big of an opportunity, and as part of the sales field here, we get to co-invest in that success. So it's really exciting.
I love that. It's incredible because we are growing. We have a billboard in Times Square. We are on Fox News Sports. They just did a huge skateboarding competition in Southern California promoting the Super Patch. And then from what I have heard on the rumor mill is that our founder, Jay, or somebody from corporate has met with a PR from Celebrity Relations in LA. And so the Super Patch is definitely gaining speed with its wearable wellness technology. Who is sharing Super Patch? We have families like mine and Nikki's. We have sports coaches, physical therapists, personal trainers, midwives and doulas. We have neurodivergent specialists, professional athletes. We have chiropractors, practitioners, and nurses, gym owners, salon owners, massage therapists, and so many more. We have a true practitioner program where practitioners can jump on with us at the lowest cost possible and share the Super Patch in their office and get the patches at an extreme discount. And so we do love that. It's something super legit. And so you're probably thinking, how do you get started with the Super Patch? Where do I even begin? Well, we have these patch packs that are definitely for business building. This is not for self-consumption, and I'm going to show you why. It's because these packs of patches come with lots of our top selling products. This one is called the Pan Am Kit. This is going to give you eligibility for our 30 and 60 and 90-day bonuses. This comes with 7 packs of Liberty. So like I said, it is not for self-consumption. It is for getting these patches in the hands of the people that you love and people that need help. So what you want to do is you want to sell them at a retail value. Okay, for $60, you'll get them for a very much decreased price. And then you're going to sample them off to people and let them have an experience with the patches. It comes with 6 packs of Victory and 1 4-pack square of Freedom. Okay, and that is for a $550 value. I'm sorry, a $550 price, and it's going to be a $780 value. You guys, this is real life. I have a puppy that is trying to bite my thumb down here, and I'm like working these slides. Okay, we have the Omega Kit. This one is a $6.99 value, and it is a retail value of over $1,000. Okay, this one comes with a little bit of everything. Okay, this one comes with 3 Defend, 3 Focus, 3 Freedom, 4 packs of Liberty, 3 packs of Peace, 2 packs of Victory, and 1 pack of Freedom. So like I said, this one comes with a little bit of everything. You probably heard several of these patches talked about tonight in our testimonies. So if you're ready to invest for $6.99 and get these products out the door, get them sold, you're gonna make a retail profit of over $1,000. Okay. And then our next pack of slides, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Nikki, and she's going to close us out here with our top 2 sellers of our packs of patches and tell you how she got started here with the Super Patch.
Thank you, Celia. Okay, as you can see, we have the Omni Kit and the Momentum Kit. When I joined, I got the Omni Kit because Celia got the Omni Kit, and I thought, well, I want to do what she's doing. It looks like she's having great success, and she's getting patches on people, and she's, growing an incredible business and income with an impact unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I'm so glad that I did because it came with at least 1 or multiples of everything. And it really just helped me to jumpstart my business. I've never done like a sample trial pack kind of thing in any business that I've ever done because nothing I've ever had was as demonstratable as these patches. And what I can tell you is that people are hungry for what we have. They are hungry for a drug-free world. They are hungry for something that is not another supplement. And they're really intrigued and excited to try the patches. So I just broke this kit up into 5 or 10-day trial packs for my friends, my family, my social media friends, and just started divvying them up. I just told them what the patches were. I shared what each one did. And I said, pick your patches. They placed their orders with me, and I doubled my money back on that Omni Kit really quickly. And what I love about doing that is that it helped me to get patches on people's bodies much faster than I ever could have if I just waited for, them to track along with me on social media. Or if I just waited to be able to share in person with my friends and family. So I highly recommend you getting any of these kits. I love the Omni Kit just because it's the one I got started with. I have since invested in other kits because it's just really super smart. I love doing in-person events. I patch people in person at the gym. I patch my friends whenever they come within arm's reach of me. So I think it's just really super smart. Plus you get a really deep discount on the packs of patches. So, as an associate, we pay $45 per pack if you just a la carte it. And this drops the price down significantly. I think it's like $34 or $35 per pack. And then you have the Momentum Kit, which I'm always like, if I had the confidence and I knew what I knew now, I would have definitely chosen that kit to start with because it's like go big or go home. I could have definitely done the same thing with this kit, and you get the deepest discount on the packs of patches with the Momentum Kit. It drops the price per pack down to like $33, which is the same price our practitioners pay. So it's super smart. And I highly recommend it. Don't be afraid because we're going to teach you whoever brings you into this business will teach you how to turn that around and make a quick investment on it. And then you can continue to grow your business. It's just really super smart.
I love that. Thank you so much, Nikki. Yes, I have also had the opportunity to, like Nikki said, get the Omni Pack, and I was able to double my investment, which was so crazy because when you're doing this, as a business, you want to think with your business hat, and so the Omni Kit and the Momentum Kit both come with every single pack that Super Patch actually has, and so I wanted to be the wellness store for my people. I wanted to bring this new product to them. And so when they asked me, oh, I see that you have this on the list. Do you have this in stock? My answer was always yes. And so I was able to double my investment and double rank and go for all of the bonuses that were available to me when I joined, because I was able to move fast and move the product out the door. And so, you know, if you are thinking about doing this, go ahead and get back with the person who invited you to this call. And then if you are joining us with a pack, make sure that you get plugged into our new associate launch call so that you can get off on the right foot when you do start your super patch business. But I just want to thank everybody for being on here tonight. I want to thank all the testimonies for being so vulnerable tonight and sharing your story on what the patches are doing for you and your loved ones. These calls are so important to us. And so every Wednesday when we have these calls, be sure to get your friends and family on. If not for the business portion part, at least for the testimony, so that they can hear how these patches are changing lives. And we are just getting started in our second year in business. And so Nikki, thank you so much for leading with me tonight. You are just such a wealth of knowledge, and I absolutely adore you. You are just, you light up the room, even virtual rooms, and I love doing this with you. So thank you, everybody,
Welcome.
so much.
I was gonna say, can we turn the slides off? I want to see everyone's beautiful faces. If you can just turn your screen on so I can take a picture of all of you who showed up tonight. I'd love to post it on social media and just show the world what we're doing here, because what we're doing is changing lives. And if you're interested in making an impact in other people's lives, there is no better place to be than Super Patch. I would love to see your face on the next call as someone who's sharing your testimony. I would love for you to invite your friends and family to join us, because alone we can only do so much, but together we can do great and amazing things. So we're excited for you to be here tonight. Let's take a quick selfie, and let me pull up this screen. I don't know if I can pull up this screen to see all of you. There we go. 1 second.
And we had about 73 people on the call tonight, you guys. That is something to shout about.
I saw that. That was exciting. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you guys. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Nice.
Hi, Cindy. Hi,
Bye-bye.
Erin.
Have a good night.
I see some of my friends on.
Thank you, Lisa.
Bye.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Jen.
Lisa.
And
Hi,
thank you, Patty.
Shanika.